Now we're going to push the button and see what happens. So what do you do if the battery in your key fob for the Jeep Gladiator goes dead? Do you panic? Do you grab your cell phone, hoping the battery in it is not dead or you didn't leave it locked inside your Jeep? Call your spouse, significant other, friend, mother, somebody, and have them bring you that spare key? No, you don't have to do that. I'm going to show you what you do. First of all, as part of this, I'll also show you how you change the battery in your key fob. I've got mine lying here. This is for the Jeep Gladiator, and I'm sure many of you probably know this already, but I'll show you anyway. There is a slot right up here in the top, right? So you want to grab something, a screwdriver. Hopefully you have something around that you can use. Go ahead, stick your screwdriver in there, and you should be able to twist. Be careful. Don't jab the screwdriver down inside the remote because there is a circuit board in there, of course. And the last thing you want to do is ruin that circuit board. Now, getting this off, and I've never taken this one off before, so it's brand new and a little bit stiff. Let's see, we've got it pried. All right, and I did not break anything. That's good. Now, there's your battery, and getting these out sometime is a real pain in the arse. It looks to me, oh, they do show using a screwdriver right here in their little drawing to kind of put in this little slot and move the battery forward, and then I'm guessing it comes up and out. So let's grab a screwdriver. I think you're going to need maybe 2 screwdrivers with you if you're going to do this. And now we're going to pry it just the way that the directions tell us to do, so hopefully I don't damage anything. I don't even know if this is big enough, or thin enough I should say. Okay, you do want to do it just like so. Pop it up, and that's not even far enough. Wow, I didn't know this was going to be a production just to get the battery out. All right, that takes the battery out, right? So now we'll set the battery aside. And by the way, it does go with the flat part like this, with the writing on it up. So you want to put it in this way. I know many people have put it in upside down, it doesn't work, and then they wonder why. So now let's see if anything happens. It shouldn't. I'm going to go ahead and push the button to lock the Jeep, and you see that doesn't work, right? So now I can't get in the Jeep. So how do you get in the Jeep if it's locked to do what we're going to do? Well, first of all, if you have a cover over your lock like I do, you'd want to pop that off. I'm not sure how many people have these. You probably don't. But underneath there, of course, is a key slot. You want to flip out your key, stick it in, turn it, obviously, and that unlocks the Jeep. But you still have a dead key fob, right? Let's go ahead and get in, and we'll do a little test. I'm gonna sit the key fob right here on the center console. You guys can see it sitting there. Here's my hand. Now we're gonna push the button and see what happens. It says key fob not detected. Well, of course not. It's because it has no battery in it, right? So what do? By the way, there is no slot inside the Jeep Gladiator to be able to stick a key. I know there's been a rumor floating around out there that if this happens, then you just stick it in the slot inside. Or I've even heard of people, this is crazy, talk about pulling the cover off of the push button, and that somehow there is a slot in there that you can put your key in. That is not true. So what do? You take your key fob, you want to put it right up against, and I'm even going to push on the start button with it. I'm going to put my foot on the brake, and I'm going to push to start. And you can see the truck magically started, right? That's because there is, I don't know if it's a residual charge inside the key fob, or if there's some element in there that somehow emits some sort of a signal that allows the Jeep to start. again, you can see I didn't sneak one in on you. I didn't put the battery in there. It's still out. But nonetheless, that is how you start your Jeep Gladiator when you don't have a live battery, or if the battery should go dead, I should say. Now, what do you do when you get home? Well, first of all, you should be able to just turn it off, which we did. Is it going to give us any kind of an alert? Nothing so far, at least not about the key fob. No, it didn't tell us anything. So let's go back. We're going to put the battery back in. I'll show you how to do that. Again, as part of how to install a new battery in your key fob. So, of course, we're just going to put the old battery back in. Now would have been a good time to put a new battery in, but I don't really need to. The Jeep is not that old, so the battery is not that old, I assume. To put it in, you want to slide it back in into this ledge that you got back here, and then push it down. So let's see if that should work. Yeah, just like that. Much easier to put in than it was to take out, right? As far as the cover goes, I really don't like these. How many times do you think you can take this off before these little plastic tabs in here break? I would be willing to bet not many. But anyway, you want to, oh, and before we move on, I mentioned before about potentially damaging any circuitry or anything in here by pushing the screwdriver in that slot. They actually have a ledge, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a ledge right there that would stop you from pushing the screwdriver in. And even if you do end up overcoming that ledge and pushing it in, there's nothing up here that you can damage. So that's a good thing to know. You don't have to be quite as careful as I would have let on. Now, you want to push it back down, hopefully. Again, I haven't done this before myself, and it should snap. It sort of snapped. Takes a little bit of oomph, more pressure than I would have expected. There we go. That puts it back on. Now let's do a quick test, and you always want to test if you're changing the battery, make sure it works. All I'm going to do is lock and unlock the Jeep, or I'll just unlock it. And you can see the light kick on over there. We'll go ahead and lock it too. And you can see it does work. I did not destroy my key fob making this video for you guys. Anyway, a bit of a lengthy video for a simple thing, but I did want to throw in how to change the battery while I was at it. It was the perfect opportunity to do so and kind of run through it a little bit myself too. It's been quite a while, honestly, since I've changed a battery in a key fob. Now you know how it's done. Thanks for watching, and leave a comment. Let me know. Were you aware of this? Did you know that if your battery is dead in your key fob, you can still start your Jeep Gladiator with that key fob? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.